Okay, so I'm not good with this whole YouTube shit, or basically maybe even using my phone. My phone rang and it got my video stopped. So I guess you would call this part two. Those. Um. So like I was saying, cheating is not an option. Um, I made the mistake of referring to that as an option when I spoke to my wife earlier today, and she's right. Cheating is a choice. It was my choice to cheat, but all the shit that happened leading up to me making that choice is something you can't negate. You can't ignore that. Um, the years that I went without feeling loved, and then finally have something in your face that seems genuine, um, made it easy for me to make that choice. Again, I struggled a lot with it, a lot of fucking guilt and remorse and a whole bunch of shit. I'm like, how you fuck with somebody um, all over town, said bathroom stalls, fucking cars, like just the shit you was doing, and come home and play with your son. Like, how fucked up is that? But again, the good side of it always justified it somehow in my mind. The feelings that were being developed, the way that I felt about myself after going so long without even having my wife say the real reason she didn't want to be intimate with me. I kind of knew, you know? And if it wasn't my weight, then it had to be just the fact that you wasn't in love with me anymore. So, and that's the problem I'm trying to wrap my head around. It's recently been discovered that you stopped being in love with me prior to this. You just admitted this to me after the affair, that you were having thoughts in your head where you didn't even know if you were in love with me anymore, which was causing you to feel conflicted about what you should do. Um, I'm not to say that you shouldn't care that I cheated on you, but you weren't in love with me. You weren't. That's hard to wrap my head around. And it kind of hurts because, like I said in the beginning, I think that she loved me or wanted to believe she was in love with me. Um, and I think I fell for it too because I wanted to believe it, even though there were times when I knew it wasn't true. But you want that so much. You want to know that after all these fucked up years with all these fucked up abusive relationships, you finally found something that was real and genuine. And now you have this family. But again, the things you went without for so long, you want them even more now. Um, Another thing I want to say is that the suicide attempt was actually July 2nd. My life started falling apart July 1st. There's a whole bunch of shit. I just think that I fucked up so many lives with the decision that I made. It was my selfishness, wanting more than I was getting, not really concerned about the consequences every moment that I was doing it. Um, I had this sense of guilt, but I still kept doing it because I was feeling loved again, and that felt great. But my son will never know what it's like to be raised in a two-family household by his parents. And that, more than anything, hurts. That keeps me up at night. Anyways, being impatient is something I wouldn't recommend to anybody, but if it's needed, it's needed. Um, you find out you have, being in there, everybody's in there for the same reason, right? We're all fucked up. Not because we want to be, but that's just the cards we were dealt, I guess. We're all fucked up. For one reason or another, we're fucked up. Um, Unbeknownst to me, I just thought I was depressed. Come to find out that I'm not only clinically depressed, I have anxiety and PTSD. Medication I'm on is working pretty well now, but the loneliness of not having my family unit, not having my son every day and every night, that is more torture than anything that my wife could ever do to me, as far as getting even with me or making me hurt or making me suffer. Not having my family and not having my son, that's the worst pain. So when she says I don't care or that I don't feel anything, that right there, like, I cry a lot over that. Sometimes the depression sets in because of that. So all this to say that you could be someone that everyone admires and someone that everyone loves and someone that everyone thinks is just the funniest person on the face of this earth, but you never know what people are really dealing with. You never know what people's skeletons are. You never know what people's true emotions are. I'm like living proof of that, because if you ask anybody that found out that I did this in my life, besides the woman I was having the affair with and the woman I'm married to, everyone else was shocked. There's even my parents, I believe, were shocked that it went this far, because no one knew what I was going through. The weeks that led up to the suicide attempt, people could see I was unraveling, but they just thought I was stressed. No one knew how serious shit was, because I hid that side of myself so long. I hid behind the laughs. I hid behind the jokes. I just wasn't being myself. And now it's kind of scary, because I don't think I'll ever be that Adria again. Not even pieces of that Adria feel familiar to me anymore. When I laugh now, it feels fake. When I smile, it's a facade. I don't feel it like I used to feel it, or so I thought it was that I was feeling. Even though people are saying that it's better that I'm this person, I still miss that person to a certain extent. Because that person I could hide behind and make it so believable even to myself that I was happy when I know that I wasn't happy. It was such a mask I wore for so many years that I started to believe my own hype. I really was believing I was this happy person that everybody said that I was, knowing that I wasn't. So you want to say the affair is a big lie? I think I've lied longer to myself. So I have to forgive myself, because I've lied so much as far as who I really was, because I didn't want people to feel bad for me. I didn't want to be looked at as different. But through this whole experience, I realized that everybody's different. Everybody has some cross to bear. Everybody has some form of abnormality as far as how they look at themselves. Even people that walk around thinking that they're the shit, I'm sure that they have moments where they doubt themselves as well. So, good thing is I'm getting better. Talking helps. So I guess I'll continue doing this. Who knows, maybe someone else feels the same way. You're only sick as your secrets. I'm not keeping anything inside anymore. This is who I am. As fucked up as I am, this is who I am. The main thing I want to be known for is not a liar, not a cheater, not someone who deceives. I worked so hard all my life to not be that person. When it really mattered, I didn't hold up my end of the bargain. I want my son to see me as someone he's proud of all the time. So I basically am like, fuck everybody else. I just want to be a better person for myself so I could be a better person for Milo. When you're a lesbian and you have a kid, there's no such thing as oops. There's no, oh my God, I didn't plan for this kid. You planned this child. So you have no choice but to do everything to make that child's life better than the life you had. Even if you had the most amazing life, you should always strive to make your child's life better than the one you had. There's a lot of things I guess I'm going to uncover about myself, and because I'm going public, I guess I'm uncovering these things with you. I don't know. It's hard to post this. I sent it to someone that suggested that I post it, so I'm going to. just know that depression is some real shit. It's not just mentally painful, it's physically painful. It's fucking debilitating at times. You can hide it only for so long. My anger turns out was PTSD related. I need to get a hold of that as well. The anxiety, that's all linked together. So for someone who portrayed themselves as having their shit together, I ain't got a motherfucking thing together. But I'm trying to fix it. I'm broken, not shattered. I was told that broken can be fixed, shattered can't. So I consider myself broken because I'm determined to fix myself. I just have to come to terms with who that self is. And I hope at the end of my journey, I like that person more than the person that I used to be. Alright. That's cheesy. I'm too old for that, so that's the end of this.